The New England Patriots are standing on the brink of something truly exciting this season. They made a smart move in the offseason that a lot of people might have overlooked, but it's about to pay off in a big way. When you look at the way they've built their roster, especially in the backfield, you can tell that the front office and coaching staff are really focused on building a dynamic, versatile offense that can adapt and attack defenses in multiple ways. A huge part of that strategy revolves around a couple of key players, and one of the biggest names you need to keep an eye on is Trayvon Henderson. But before we dive deep into Henderson and what he means for the Patriots offense, let's touch on something that caught a lot of fans and analysts off guard during training camp: Trell Williams collapsing during practice. Now, it's important to clarify right away that the team released a statement confirming that Williams was dehydrated, and thankfully he's okay. Situations like that can really shake up a locker room and the fan base, especially when a player suddenly takes a step back or has to miss time without much explanation. The truth is, dehydration in the heat and intensity of training camp is a real issue. Players are pushing their bodies to the limit, running routes, absorbing hits, staying mentally sharp. And sometimes, in the rush of it all, hydration gets neglected. It might sound basic, but it's a reminder for everyone, athletes and fans alike, that taking care of your body is crucial. The good news is Williams is healthy and ready to continue contributing, so that's one less worry for the Patriots. Now, back to the real headline grabber, Trayvon Henderson. This guy's the kind of player that can completely change the complexion of a team's offense. You might remember that during the draft, there was a lot of buzz around teams trying to move up just to get him. It was clear early on that many franchises recognized his potential, his speed, vision, and ability to make plays in space. The Bears, for example, could have used a player like Henderson to complement DeAndre Swift, who unfortunately hasn't quite lived up to the hype so far in his NFL career. Swift's struggles highlight just how valuable a reliable, explosive running back can be in today's game. And Henderson fits that mold perfectly. What makes Henderson so special is how well he fits into Josh McDaniels' offensive system. McDaniels has a reputation for being a smart, creative play caller who knows how to utilize versatile players in ways that keep defenses guessing. Henderson's skill set is tailor-made for that style. He's quick enough to hit the outside on whale routes, strong enough to power through defenders, and smart enough to read blocks and find lanes. In training camp, he's already shown flashes of brilliance, scoring multiple touchdowns, including one on a whale route that left a defender grasping at air. For fantasy football fans, if you're watching this rookie, you might want to keep him on your radar. Not as a suggestion for gambling, but as a heads up that he's going to make an impact. The Patriots' backfield this year is shaping up to be something special. Alongside Henderson, Rayandre Stevenson is expected to play a big role. Despite some fans' hesitation because of his turnovers last season, Stevenson has shown flashes of talent and resilience. With better coaching, a stronger offensive line, and an overall improved team culture in New England, there's reason to believe he can bounce back and deliver solid performances. Add in the possibility of Antonio Gibson contributing from time to time, or maybe even a guy like Lan Larison getting some snaps, and you have a backfield rotation that could be one of the most dangerous in the league. Looking ahead to Week 1. Against the Raiders, all eyes will be on how this backfield gels and whether Henderson can live up to the hype. The Patriots clearly see something special in him, enough to invest a second-round pick and give him a fully guaranteed contract, which is not something they do lightly. This move signals strong confidence in his abilities and potential to become a key player for the team. It's easy to imagine other teams, like the Bears, kicking themselves for not pulling the trigger on a trade to secure him. When Henderson starts putting up numbers, those missed opportunities will become glaring in hindsight. As the team moves through training camp, the competition for roster spots is heating up across the board, but especially among the wide receivers. The group is a mix of promising young talent and seasoned veterans, creating a fascinating dynamic. Guys like Javon Baker, Jalen Polk, and Ephraim Cheatham are all fighting to carve out their roles. Each has had moments of success in practice, showing flashes of potential that could translate into real playing time. The coaching staff will have some tough decisions ahead as they try to balance experience with youth and potential. Veteran players bring a steadying presence, but the youth movement is strong, and some of these rookies and younger players have the chance to surprise everyone. Baker and Polk, for example, didn't see much action last year, so they're hungry for an opportunity to prove themselves. Meanwhile, Kyle Williams is almost a lock to make the team given his experience and steady play. But the battle behind him is wide open. How this group shapes up could have a big impact on the Patriots' passing game and overall offensive versatility. On the offensive line, there are also some interesting developments. Garrett Bradbury returned to take up the starting center role again, while Ben Brown is competing for snaps both at center and left guard. Jared Wilson remains a fixture at left guard, but there's some uncertainty surrounding Cole Strange and his exact role going forward. The team has been experimenting with different configurations, including moving Jacobs to the left side and Bryant over to the right. It's intriguing because Bryant played left tackle in college at Missouri, but here he's getting reps on the right side. Meanwhile, another highly regarded tackle prospect, Mo Aran-Membu, landed with the New York Jets, who may struggle this season, but he was widely considered a potential top tackle despite his natural position being right tackle. All of this points to a Patriots team that is carefully crafting its roster with an eye toward depth, flexibility, and creating competition that will push players to perform at their best. The decisions made over the next few weeks will be critical as they trim down to the final 53-man roster, and we can expect some surprises and breakout performances during the preseason games. Looking ahead to the upcoming game against the Washington Commanders, there's plenty of excitement, but also some nerves. The team is eager to see how these battles and adjustments will translate on the field. The wide receiver competition, offensive line rotations, and backfield chemistry will all be on display, giving fans a real taste of what this Patriots squad might look like in the regular season. It's clear that the coaching staff and players alike are focused on improvement, learning from past frustrations, and building a more cohesive and dynamic team. This moment is an important one for the Patriots. After some tough seasons, the pieces are starting to come together, and players like Trayvon Henderson represent a new wave of talent that can inject energy and excitement into the offense. With smart coaching, a committed front office, and players hungry to prove themselves, New England fans have plenty to be hopeful about as the season approaches. All right, diving right into the second part, let's keep the energy flowing and focus on unfolding more layers of what's happening with the Patriots as training camp progresses, the strategic nuances shaping the roster, and the growing excitement around the players who might break out this season. The intensity at Patriots camp is reaching new heights as players and coaches push every boundary to define roles and polish the team's identity. One of the most intriguing battles to watch is how the wide receiver corps is evolving. The competition among Javen Baker, Jalen Polk, and Ephraim Chisholm is not just about earning a spot on the roster. It's about proving who can be a reliable weapon in McDaniel's offense. Each one of them brings different skills to the table. Baker has shown flashes of explosiveness and route-running precision, Polk's physicality and hands command attention, and Chisholm, though less experienced yet, has demonstrated raw potential and a willingness to learn quickly. As they go head-to-head in drills and scrimmages, coaches are looking not just at talent, but at consistency, work ethic, and how well each player can grasp the playbook under pressure. Meanwhile, Kyle Williams stands as a solid presence among these receivers, providing veteran reliability that the team leans on. His experience means he's likely safe from cuts, but the real question is how much influence the younger guys can carve out around him. The presence of seasoned players like Stephon Diggs and Kendrick Bourne adds another layer of challenge and an opportunity. Their leadership and playmaking ability raise the bar, pushing the newcomers to elevate their game. It's this blend of youth and experience that could give the Patriots an edge in executing complex offensive schemes. Watching these receivers work against the defense in practice reveals glimpses of the offensive chemistry developing, which will be vital once the regular season kicks off. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to Patriots Hub and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep delivering the latest updates on our New England Patriots. And don't be shy, share your thoughts on the news in the comments below. In a shocking turn of events that has sent shockwaves through the NFL community, the New England Patriots have reportedly made an aggressive trade proposal to the Pittsburgh Steelers involving star linebacker TJ Watt. According to multiple insider sources, the Patriots have offered a package centered around linebacker Khalil Peppers, along with several draft picks in exchange for Watt. This unexpected move has ignited an immediate and intense reaction from the Steelers organization, who are said to have outright rejected the offer with strong disdain. The news has not only stirred controversy between two long-standing AFC rivals, but also ignited a tense atmosphere that some insiders are already describing as a warlike scenario between the two franchises. The trade proposal's rejection underscores the Steelers' deep commitment to retaining Watt, who is considered the cornerstone of their defense and a leader in the locker room. Meanwhile, the Patriots' bold attempt reflects their aggressive strategy to rapidly rebuild their roster and contend for a championship in the coming seasons by acquiring one of the league's premier defensive talents. This development has caught the attention of analysts and fans alike, sparking debates on social media about the strategic implications and possible repercussions on both teams' futures, with many questioning how this standoff might influence player morale and organizational dynamics moving forward. TJ Watt's value in the NFL is undisputed, and the Patriots' pursuit of the linebacker reveals just how desperate they are to bolster their defensive unit. Watt's ability to disrupt opposing offenses, lead in sacks, and inspire his teammates on and off the field has made him one of the most feared defensive players in the league. The Steelers' adamant refusal to entertain any trade discussions involving Watt highlights his significance not only as a player but also as a symbol of the franchise's identity. For the Patriots, who have been searching for defensive dominance since the decline of their legendary dynasty years, landing a player of Watt's caliber would be a game-changing acquisition. Their willingness to include Khalil Peppers, a solid contributor with versatility and experience, combined with valuable draft capital, illustrates the seriousness of their offer and their belief in Watt's ability to transform their defense immediately. However, the Steelers' reaction suggests that they are unwilling to weaken their roster, especially when Watt represents both their defensive anchor and a major fan favorite. This tense negotiation scenario reveals much about the contrasting philosophies of the two franchises, with the Patriots pushing aggressively for immediate impact and the Steelers defending their core at all costs. The fallout from the Steelers' rejection of the Patriots' trade offer has gone far beyond a simple business decision. It has escalated tensions between the two teams to new heights. Reports from insiders close to both organizations describe a growing atmosphere of hostility and mistrust, with front office executives and coaching staff expressing frustration and animosity over the move. The Steelers perceive the Patriots' aggressive pursuit as an encroachment on their franchise's sovereignty and a sign of disrespect, further fueling an already competitive rivalry. On the other hand, the Patriots see the rejection as a challenge to their strategic vision and determination to improve rapidly. Media outlets and commentators have seized on this development to speculate on the potential for on-field rivalries to intensify during upcoming matchups, suggesting that the usual competitiveness between these two AFC powerhouses could now be infused with personal vendettas. Moreover, players on both sides are reportedly aware of the trade saga, with locker room dynamics possibly being affected by the off-field drama. This hostile environment could translate into more physical and emotional games, providing an added narrative for fans and analysts alike, making every future clash between the Patriots and Steelers a must-watch event filled with heightened stakes and drama. From a broader NFL perspective, this proposed trade and its explosive fallout serve as a stark reminder of the high-stakes nature of roster management and player evaluation in the modern era of professional football. Teams are increasingly willing to make bold, high-profile moves to secure elite talent, while simultaneously guarding their most valuable assets fiercely against any potential loss. The Patriots' willingness to part with draft picks and a capable player like Khalil Peppers in pursuit of Watt demonstrates how aggressively some franchises are pursuing short-term success in an ultra-competitive league. Conversely, the Steelers' refusal reflects a commitment to building through key players and protecting the team's core identity rather than gambling on uncertain returns. This clash between two very different organizational philosophies underscores The strategic complexities teams face in balancing present competitiveness with future potential. It also highlights the emotional and cultural components involved in team-building decisions, where players like Watt become not only performance assets, but also symbols of legacy and pride. As the NFL season progresses, all eyes will be on how these contrasting approaches play out on the field, with the Patriots trying to make immediate waves and the Steelers defending their dynasty foundation against all odds. As this trade saga continues to unfold, the implications for both franchises and the NFL landscape remain significant. For the Patriots, failure to acquire TJ Watt means needing to explore alternative avenues to strengthen their defense, possibly doubling down on draft development or seeking other free agents. For the Steelers, the emphatic rejection of the trade offer could strengthen their resolve to build around Watt and possibly push the team toward a renewed championship push fueled by loyalty and cohesion. The fans on both sides have already taken sides, with social media platforms flooded with passionate opinions, speculation, and even heated exchanges. This drama adds an extra layer of intrigue to the NFL offseason, reminding everyone that behind the business of football lies intense emotions and deep-rooted rivalries. Moving forward, it will be crucial to monitor how this episode influences team chemistry, future trade negotiations, and the broader competitive balance within the AFC. Whether this conflict ultimately leads to renewed respect, continued hostility, or eventual reconciliation, it has undeniably left a lasting mark on the relationship between the Patriots and Steelers, shaping the narrative of the NFL in ways few off-season stories have managed to do in recent memory. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated with exclusive news about our New England Patriots, be sure to subscribe to Patriots Hub and hit that like button. We can't wait to hear your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next video.